Today conduct this special program at the request Savitri D'Souza from Canberra, Australia. She has responded to series of comments and character assassination campaign launched by a group of people further to the program conducted by Darshana with me. One person, namely Shanta Veerasinghe, don't know whether there's a person by that name. He has made very serious allegation, and this lady, I think she is working for the Canberra Commonwealth Office, and she is a relative of Richard D'Souza, well-known journalist. She has responded and she has requested me to respond to this allegation. I think I have responded to them very many times, but she again said that make it clear and we have to stop it. So I am going to respond to this allegation. There are three allegations. One, Nagananda ran away with the funds collected for the presidential election, and he published a small booklet to mislead the people. And another person said that he has collected over 750 million. This is one such person who is charged before the District Court of Colombo for defamation for 1 billion. The name of the accused person is Srilal Priyantha. He ran away from the country. And I would like to read out something that he has published in his media report. The Itale, he said, Nagananda Kodituokku Metivarnekata Muavi Koti Gananak Mudala Kutukara Pattipanna. Rate Gonjanata Sitina own Ravata, own Taram Muda Kadagani Haki Baba, O Pennum Kala. Meveni Vanchasagat Putgale and Asuvi, Janata Asuvi, Janata Honda Padama. Nagananda Kodituokku උපරිම වශයෙන් කියන්නේ මේක තියෙනවා ඔහු පිටු 4ක් ලියනවා ජනතාව ගොනාට ඇඳු ජනාධිපති අපේක්ෂක ජනාධිපති තරංගයට අපරාධකාරයෙක් මේ චූදිතයට එරෙහිව මේ නඩුව පැවරුවේ ඒකත් කියන්න ඕන ඔබට 2020 සැප්තැම්බර් 28 ඔහු රටිනු පැන්නා දැන් කොහේ හරි ඉන්නවා පිට රටක කොහෙද මන් දන්නේ නිව්සීලන්ත කොහෙද රටක ඉඳලා දැන් මීඩියා channel එකක් කරනවා. ඒ ඇවිල්ලා මේකට මේ කරපු අපරාධයේ ප්‍රතිඵලයක් හැටියට. I wanted to tell you exactly. I will do proceed with this program in both language, Sinhala and English. And this lady particularly concerned because the Richard D'Souza was a well-known journalist and veteran journalist who was killed by Sajid Premdasa's father. She is very concerned about the Sri Lankan politics, and also according to the political parties in this country, the people like us should not come forward for the contest for any election and come forward to represent the people in this country. We should leave it for the group of criminals, the 225 group of criminals. I am referring to all the political parties. What are them? What are these political parties? United National Party, gas cylinder, whatever, then telephone, that is Sajid Premdasa, then JVP or Jana Balavegia, and anything that we miss, about 5-6 parties, including Muslim Congress and TNA. They believe that we should never contest the political parties, for any election, because it should be left for the corrupt political elements that destroy this country for 77 years. So we will start give my answer to the first question. There are 3 such questions. He ran away with the election, collecting huge amount of money. One official here says 750 million, and he published in his media, he reported this matter to the Election Commission as well as to the IGP, and he said Nagananda ran away with 750 million rupees. And I want to tell you, I spent more than 3.5 million from my pocket. The total money collection for the election campaign was about 13 million. And we came forward after our nomination was robbed by these criminals. And we said, okay, if you really are concerned, you can make a request. We will definitely refund your money back. Nobody, they know that this is a dirty game played by these people. So nobody came forward and asked for single cent. And there was a matter, one case was that man, who is Srilal Priyantha. again before the District Court of Colombo defamation. The other one is against JVP and Oshel Hera. Again, 1 billion, 1,000 million. The action is initiated against Oshel Hera, Anur Kumara Disanayaka, Til Binchilla, Lal Kanta, Bimal Ratnayaka, Isuru Subasingha. Remember the name Isuru Subasingha. And this name is very important because he is the one, he is the architect of this program, whole thing. The character assassination campaign and robbing the nomination for the presidential election 2019. Why I make a statement like that? I will read out the statement filed in court. First, පළවන විත්තිකරු කියන්නේ මේ ඕෂල් හේරා. හයවන විත්තිකරු කියන්නේ මේ කියපු පුද්ගලයා ඉසුරු සුබසිංහ. ඔහු කියනවා තැඹිලි මුල්ලේ සමග කුමන්ත්‍රණය කර. තැඹිලි මුල්ලේ කියන්නේ he is the person who promised, found for me by Mahinda Deshapriya. Mahinda Deshapriya said that they are the right mind, very good, respectable people, and I can go a long way with him. And finally, this is what exactly happened. කුමන්ත්‍රණය කර ජනාධිපතිවරණයට ඉදිරිපත් වීම වැළැක්වීම පිළිබඳව තැඹිලි මුල්ලේ නැමැති අය පසුව පාර්ලිමේන්තු මැතිවරණයට ජාතික ජනබලවේගයෙන් ගම්පහ දිස්ත්‍රික්කයකට තරඟ කරන ලද 6 වෙනි විත්තිකරුට පාපෝච්චාරණයක් කර ඇත. 6 වෙනි විත්තිකරු කියන්නේ දැන් අර කියපු නම the man is ඉසුරු සුබසිංහ. එම පළවන විත්තිකරු එම තැඹිලි මුල්ලේ නම් අය සමග පැවති සම්බන්ධතාව පිළිබඳව ඔහු එහිදී සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම අනාවරණය කර ඇත. පළවෙනි විත්තිකරු ඇල ඕෂල් හේරා. බොරැල්ලේ 2019 ඔක්තෝබර් 12 වෙනි දින බොරැල්ල හරස් පාරේ 17 අංක 14 දරන ස්ථානයේ පැවති සාකච්ඡාවකදී ඒ කියන්නේ there was a discussion on 12th of October 2019 at number 14 Crossroad Borella. I took part in it. Oshal Herat and Isuru Subasingha, they said Andrew Kumar also will come, but he did not come. And we attended the program, but we never, from the day one, these people are like that. And they said, forget about all what had happened, and unless I support Andrew Kumara, there will be no future for Nagananda, and that is what the discussion was all about. But he is the person, this Usuru Subasingha, I think you can recollect, he is the one who contested from Malimava ticket for Ganpahar district last president parliamentary election 2020. But this time, Malimava did not offer him nomination because he is caught red-handed here. His evidence, everything is recorded, and certain statement made by media also there. Therefore, this time Malimava did not offer him any nomination. After this man, I must tell you, after this matter was, this case was initiated in the district court for 1 billion, now the court has fixed this matter of support. On 5th of May, again these people, the name I read out for you, and anyway we have to withdraw Andrew Kumar Disanayaka since he is the executive president now, but we have to proceed against him after he is thrown out from the office of the executive president. And in their statement, in the case filed against Tambili Mulle, there are 2-3 cases here in the magistrate court. All the evidence was presented, and he challenged, he through his counsels, he challenged the inquiry conducted against him, and the court had to conduct a preliminary inquiry into this matter. So he said, in the judgment made by the court on, I will tell you the date, on 13th of October 2022, the judge made this remark. ඉදිරිපත් වී ඇති කාරණා අනුව චූදිතට එරෙහිව එම චෝදනාවලට අදාළ නඩුව පවත්වාගෙන යාමට ප්‍රමාණවත් සාක්ෂි බැලූ බැල්මටම හා ලේඛන වලින් ලේඛන ඉදිරිපත් කර ඇති බව අධිකරණයට පෙනියයි. අධිකරණයේ ඒ අනුව මේ නඩුව පවත්වාගෙන යාමට අවසර දෙමි. දිනය 13th of October 2022. What happened thereafter? Thereafter, this person, after this interim order was made, he went to Colombo High Court. And the Colombo High Court also threw it away. He went to High Court and then went to the Court of Appeal. Again, That application was dismissed. Now again he has to come before this court, which this matter was initiated in 2020, and he has to face the music. And I mean, we are not concerned. I don't want to send this man to jail, but I have made it very clear to him to make an unqualified apology of guilt in the court, but he failed to do that. And that is about the first matter. Now they make allegation that Nagananda ran away with money. And in that statement made by this particular individual, he said Nagananda published a small booklet and collected a lot of money, which is an utter lie. Who is this? Shanta Veerasinghe. We published, this is the entire booklet, and I can show you, it's still thousands of books are there because our campaign was stopped halfway through. It was sabotage. So you know, the people who have a little bit of common sense know exactly what had happened. And we distributed these books all over, but since our campaign was stopped, we had to stop it halfway through. And this book contained 152 pages and also contained 277 articles in the Constitution, 78 articles in the Constitution. It's a full comprehensive constitution made by 6 people, and which was approved also by our Foreign Minister, Dayantha Janapala, and it contained everything the country needs. It is based from beginning to end, protects the sovereignty in the people and the democratic rights. There are basic things in any country. There is a thing called immutable republican principle, that is the freedom, fundamental rights, independence of the judiciary, among other things. So now you know the amount of work that we have done for the election, but anyway we have been stopped. But I must tell you exactly what happened. In the last presidential election, you know, people went all over the places in world over and collected boxes full of money all over the world. Don't know what had happened. Whereas I visited so many places worldwide, but not a single cent cash collected. There was a special bank account, not even cash, not even a checkbook was there. It was specially done. It was done in that manner because it is a public funds. So my answer to the first question is clear. I hope that people with common sense understand this is a basically a unfounded and allegation made by this individual. And the second charge is that Nagananda is an officer dismissed by the customs. There are 3 charges, thrown out or dismissed by the customs. I have to answer this question with a statement made by the Director General of Customs to the British High Commission. This is request to send Nagananda out of the country because of the threat to my life. And seeking international protection for Nagananda Kodithuakku, addressed to the British High Commission. I will read out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs are there. I will read out 2 or 3 paragraphs because it takes time. He joined the Customs Department in 1978 as a Superintendent of Customs. He is a very capable custom officer possessing a very high degree of detective ability. He was responsible for busting massive revenue frauds and successfully nabbing powerful and affluent smugglers along with their accomplices in the department. This has resulted in his making many enemies within and outside the Customs Department. And that is the opening paragraph, the one before the last. He discussed, in the letter, the Director General discussed the role that I played in the Customs Department for over 2 decades. And the third one before the last, he say, after I took over as the Director General of Customs, this letter is written to British High Commission by Lakshman Pereira, the Director General of Customs. I have made him the head of the Revenue Task Force of the department. His services during this period is also exemplary, while threat to his life from enemies kept escalating. As a result, I have advised him to suspend all anti-smuggling operations and to migrate to any country of his choice, as I do not see any other alternative at this juncture. Having taken my advice, he is taking steps to migrate to or to United Kingdom. Therefore, I earnestly request you to accord him international protection and grant him required visa to enter UK. I have already decided to grant him required leave for the purpose. Your assistance and cooperation in this regard is much appreciated. WDL Pereira, Director General Customs, Sri Lanka Customs Administration. This is the letter. So now, the allegation is that he is an officer thrown out from the Customs Department, dismissed by the Customs Department. These are the kind of statements published by, those who support these criminal gangs who engage in politics in this country. So therefore, it is very clear to you now. I read out the statement and the request made by the British High Commission by the Director General of Customs. In fact, one of my brother officers, one Sujit Pereira, was killed. I remember. I could not attend his funeral because of threat to our life. And in this country, the public services has also collapsed. I must tell you, that is why people like us cannot perform any, perform our office strictly according to the rule of law. I remember in one particular case which was conducted by me, I was the inquiring officer, Mrs. Chandrika Bandarna Kumarathunger intervened. That is a case held against Arjuna Ranatunga. She wanted me to abandon the inquiry, which I totally refused. I performed my job, but I had to leave the country with my family. That time my youngest daughter's I think the age was just 1 year. So I had undergone enough, but I must tell you, our character, nobody can, and our determination, our will can never be changed. It will be the same. So the second answer to the second question is very clear to you. Not Nagananda was thrown away from the custom, the Director General of Customs who made the request to the British High Commission and went there and spent there some time and then returned to Sri Lanka, because that is not my country. That is not my motherland. This is why I belong. Whether I live or otherwise, live or dead or whatever, we have to perform our whatever to our best of our ability for our motherland. The third allegation is another baseless and unfounded allegation which says that Nagananda is thrown out from the practice, he is no more a lawyer. This is a very important and very, very, very important. I wanted to read out a letter written to Jayantha Jayasuriya, Chief Justice, on 23rd of November 2022. And this is about the rule hearing, rule number 2, 2017, and a request for an impartial bench. Because 3 judges were appointed to take up this matter. Because what is this case is all about? This is a case initiated further to allegation made by former Chief Justice K. Sri Pawan, and he was asked to appoint a special bench to take up this nationalist matter because it was a matter of national importance. 5 judges of the Supreme Court was involved in this fraud, along with J.R. Jayawardena, Speaker, and the Attorney General. So therefore, special bench was requested because the 3 judges of the Supreme Court cannot make any change of that determination. That resulted people completely losing confidence in the entire system. It is a constitutional fraud involving these individuals. So I asked K. Sri Pawan to appoint a special bench. He refused. Anyway, and there was an inquiry held by Sri Pawan wanted me to withdraw through the president of the Bar Association, that time Jeff Alagaratnam. So I withdrew that allegation because request made to Chief Justice to withdraw and appoint an independent bench. But after his retirement, Jayantha Jayasuriya was charged for contempt of court. I think I have told you many times, for deceiving and undermining the authority of the Supreme Court. There was a judgment made by the Supreme Court against the postponement of the PC election. Judgment was delivered on 8th of September 2017. This individual went to Parliament and advised the Speaker Karu Jayasuriya to forget about the Supreme Court order and postpone the election. It is a contempt. He can't do that. Attorney General or whoever must respect the rule of law. So therefore, he was charged for that. Now Jayasuriya was looking for an opportunity to take revenge. He initiated this case. This is an incident took place in 2015 November. In fact, at the request of Bar Association and the case Sri Pawan, that request also withdrawn and therefore no case. But Sri Pawan appointed a special bench headed by Priyanth Jayawardena to conduct an inquiry against me. Then I wrote to him, and it says respondent has made a concerted attempt to retain counsel to represent him in this case. Yet President Counsel and the other senior counsels are reluctant to appear, citing the above reason. What is the above reason? It is regretted to note that despite several requests made to Chief Justice, he has refused to appoint an impartial bench to hear this case and many other cases initiated in the Supreme Court by the respondent Nagananda in the public interest on pro bono basis. It is patent clear in law that the judge is disqualified from determining any case in which he may fairly be suspected to be biased.